how's it going, PG? You're the afternoon step with Josie. And of course, I've got more good hits lined up for you, so stay tuned for that. But right now, check this song out, man. It's Golden City coming at you, doing an Amity K, Ready for Your Love, right here on Today FM.
I'm ready for the start of something new. I'm ready for your love. I'm ready for your love. I'm ready for your love.
Fiji, I'm Josie, your host on the Afternoon Snap, every weekday from 12 to 3 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
I'm ready for my hands to touch the sky.
In this bulletin, Pio Tikondondoa hits out at opposition in parliamentary address. Auditor General's reports tabled in the House of Representatives. And 10 fires recorded in just 2 weeks. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate, and this is FBC News. The Minister for Finance, Said Kayum, tabled the Auditor General's report in Parliament today. The report covers a 6-year period and has been compiled into 29 books, 4 books per year and 5 books for 2009. Copies of the report were handed to the Secretary-General to Parliament for distribution to all members of the House.
As you know, the reports that were tabled in Parliament today go back to 2007 up till 2013. We had said continuously, as the Prime Minister had said, prior to the formation of Parliament, that as soon as Parliament is convened, the Auditor General's report would be tabled in Parliament, and today they have been done.
Said Kayum says the AG's reports articulates how government funds have been spent.
Also, I think it's very critical to note, as I had mentioned when tabling the reports, that the Auditor General's report is not about government debt. It's not about economic growth or how fast the economy has grown or not grown. It's about an assessment of the monies that have been allocated to various ministries and how they have been spent.
The Parliament office says the reports won't be available to the media until all MPs have been given a copy of the 29 books. Leader of the government in Parliament, Pio Tikondondoa, hit out at the opposition today, claiming they've used parliamentary privilege to spread lies. Maggie Boyle reports.
Concluding the first sitting of Parliament today was Pio Tikondondoa with the government's right of reply.
But unfortunately, the Honourable Leader sank to the occasion with a speech that was notably short of new ideas about how to take our nation forward. Instead, she chose to fight the general election all over again, resurrecting some of the main themes of her last campaign. These include her claim that the Itoke are somehow disadvantaged in the new Fiji, when the opposite is true, and they have never been strong.
The Minister for Infrastructure pulling no punches on just what government thinks of the opposition.
They fight on with their arms and legs cut off, but still refusing to concede defeat. Madam Speaker, those of us on the government side came here this week eager to meet a worthy opponent that aspires to be the alternative government. But they have failed the test with a series of speeches that offered the Fijian people nothing new.
Tikondondoa also singled out MP Niko Nawakula's address.
It is not true to say that there will be another coup unless the Constitution is changed. And it is an outrageous abuse of the privilege afforded by this chamber for the opposition member opposite to have made such a threat.
Opposition leader Roitemu Mokepa says truth is on their side.
The contributions that have been made by each member of the opposition is based on facts. None of it is untruth. And we have the information that the maiden speeches are based on, and it's all based on facts, and we have said that outside of this House.
Adding, if government is serious about them lying, they should seek legal redress.
We have said previously that it's based on untruth, and we've told them, you know, if they are lies, take us to court, which they haven't done. And we don't use parliamentary privilege just for the sake of scoring points against one another.
Call it what you will, robust debate or opposing views, the first full week of Parliament has certainly been enticing, and clearly a taste of things to come. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the reintroduction of external exams in Year 6 and Year 10 is necessary and will be done so from Term 1 next year. He announced the decision in Parliament yesterday. Watisoni Raikandroka has more.
External exams in Year 6 and Year 10 or Class 6 and Form 4 are being brought back to lift the qualities of graduates. Students who fail Year 6 exams still progress on to high school, but not to those who fail Year 10.
It's just that it will provide an independent assessment set externally, which will ensure that 100% coverage is there to the parents and all the stakeholders. What is the true position of the student in terms of the body of knowledge at that particular level? Now, students failing will also progress to Year 7, but they will get an independent view of what is the status with respect to the stock of knowledge they have. Now, at Year 10, those students who will fail, they will go to the technical college. They can't progress to higher education Year 11 in Year 12.
Dr. Mahendra Reddy confirms the Year 10 external exams will have two components, subject matter as well as a competency-based assessment or CBA.
We have to address the issue from at all levels, both primary, secondary and university. The ministry is working very closely with Higher Education Commission to deal with the quality of graduates coming out of university, but we also have to fix the quality of students going to university from high school, and we have to fix the quality of students going from primary school to high school.
There will also be substantial changes to the internal assessment that is happening now in the education curriculum. The minister adds the revision of the whole curriculum will be picked up by the Education Commission that will be set up from January next year. Watisoni Raikandroka, FBC News.
Planning Fiji's Ebola strategy began in August, and the government is currently finalizing public health emergency response plans at the ports of entry. Rashika Kumar has the details.
Local authorities are considering quarantining 27 police officers who are serving in Liberia, where Ebola has killed over 2,000 people.
The border teams and hospital management are mobilized already in preparation for their arrival, and the simulation next week will allow us to create scenarios for managing suspected case. 2 of the peacekeepers arrive in Nandi on the 31st of November, another in January, while the rest of the team is due home in May. Assistant Health Minister Veena Bhatnagar says a multi-agency group is talking to the Fiji Police Force and the United Nations on possibly isolating the Fijians before they leave Liberia. The Ebola preparedness and management plan, which had been prepared in consultation with WHO, outlines necessary isolation procedures for any suspected Ebola case. Actually, designated isolation rooms have been identified in Lautoka Hospital and CWM Hospital. Passengers from West Africa are being screened at the borders with a questionnaire to determine if they might have been exposed to the virus. Health workers, tourism and airline personnel will be trained on the use of biohazard suits starting Monday to protect them from the infection if Ebola is detected in Fiji. Rashika Kumar, FBC News.
Jamaica, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago have closed their borders to travellers from West Africa to protect citizens from Ebola. An Ebola test carried out on 11 people in Australia have returned negative. After the break, Lautoka residents warned against swarming termites.
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. Hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you. On Gold FM, only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. We apologize for the delay earlier. This was due to a technical error. But leading our bulletin, our second half of the bulletin, the Fiji National Fire Authority is alarmed by the number of house fires in the last few days. Today alone, in a span of an hour, there were 2 house fires in Suva. Chanel Sivan reports the NFA is on alert and is cautioning the public to be vigilant as we are just days away from the Festival of Lights.
The National Fire Authority received a call at around 11:20 a.m. today, a house fire at the Housing Authority barracks in Rewanga, Suva. Teams from Suva and Valilevu fire stations arrived at the property, where the fire had swept through the 3 other flats. Firefighters brought the blaze under control and managed to contain it from spreading to other flats in the same complex. Eyewitnesses say fire started in the bedroom of one of the flats and had spread. 7 people, including 4 adults and 3 children, escaped uninjured. After an hour of battling the Rewanga fire, the firefighters had to rush to Wailoku in Tamavua, Suva, where a lean-to house was fully engulfed. No one was inside at the time of the incident. An eyewitness say he saw a grass fire outside the property, and shortly after that, he saw explosions. NFA Chief Executive John O'Connor says they are concerned by the increasing number of house fires, 10 in the last 2 weeks.
Leading into Diwali week, we've had a few property fires in Lautoka and some in Lambasa, and now we've had 2 in Suva. And as we prepare to celebrate Diwali, I know there'll be a lot of cooking. We're urging members of the community not to leave any cooking unattended. There'll be a lot of naked flames such as candles and beers, and we're urging members of the community to, when you're using candles and beers, make sure you put in a safe place, on a safe stand.
Many people have already started to light firecrackers, and O'Connor says as we enter the Diwali week, people need to know a small spark can lead to disaster.
The National Fire Authority is seeking the support of the members of the community in making sure that we take extra care, keep in mind fire safety as we prepare and to celebrate Diwali, so that we all can have a fire-free Diwali celebration.
Meanwhile, a 5-bedroom house in Lautoka was destroyed yesterday, leaving a family of 4 homeless. In another incident yesterday, a home belonging to a 55-year-old market vendor was destroyed in a fire in Lambasa yesterday. Chanel Sivan, FBC News.
Former Nandi Special Administrator Isaiah Tuinraki and 2 others were charged with abuse of office in the Nandi Magistrates Court this afternoon. Tuinraki is charged with 1 count together with former CEO and current Director Health Services Sakarai Serrao. Former Senior Rates Officer Suresh Chan faces 7 counts of abuse of office. The charges were filed by the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. All 3 have been released on $2,000 bail and have been ordered to surrender their travel documents. The charges relate to thousands of dollars in rates which were written off between 2003 and 2010. The case has been transferred to the Lautoka High Court and will be called for mention on November 12th. Residents in Lautoka have spotted termites and are worried about an invasion of the wood-eating pests. Biosecurity Authority of Fiji Executive Chairman Xavier Riaz Khan says this is the termite swarming season and people should take precautions to stop any swarms from entering their homes and forming new colonies. Termite swarming occurs from September to November. People should close all windows and doors from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. They also suggest lighting small, carefully controlled fires outside their homes to attract termites. Small control fires are recommended because of the risk posed by dry conditions in the west. The Mass Drug Administration has begun with the distribution of Phalaris tablets in targeted areas of Taveuni, the Eastern Division, and Solevu and Yaro villages on Malolo Island. This will be the 11th round of Mass Drug Administration against lymphatic filariasis. Savara Tambor has more.
The Health Ministry has been able to reduce the prevalence of filariasis from 16% 2007 to 1.3% in 2012.
And the multilateral partner WHO, together with the bilateral partner JICA, have this vision of eliminating filariasis from Fiji by 2018. Now, our work has reflected that this vision is not far-fetched and it can be done. But however, it calls upon the commitment or investment of each and every individual in Fiji, for this campaign has been successful in some parts of Fiji.
More than 50,000 people over the age of 2 years in Taveuni, the Eastern Division and Malolo Island will be covered in the mass drug administration this weekend.
The Eastern Division, Taveuni Subdivision and the target areas at Malolo swallow the tablets that will be administered by our volunteers, then I'm optimistic that Fiji will guarantee a move to eliminating the disease from these localities.
Lymphatic filariasis is an infectious parasitic disease caused by nematodes or roundworms. It causes swelling of genitals or extremities, limbs, and other parts of the body. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
A Guangdong art troupe from China visiting Fiji held their final performance last night. It featured songs and dances on Yao ethnic culture. The Yao ethnic group is located in northwestern Guangdong, China. The aim of the group has been to promote the arts of ethnic minorities. The troupe was invited to various large-scale performances in major provinces and regions in mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, and some foreign countries. Senior government officials, diplomatic corps, and the public invited attended the show last night. And Akosita joins you now with sports.
Thanks, Jackie. On FBC Sports tonight, the most anticipated Sukuna Bowl tournament preparation heats up and the 2014 Fanker tournament gets more exciting. Stay with us for the details.
यू ट्रेंडसेटर मिर्ची एफएम पर रफ्तार में मैं यहाँ आपके हम सफर साथी कृष्णील शामिल हो चुका हूँ और फिजी में विदेश में आप जहाँ कहीं पर भी हमें सुन रहे हैं कृष्णील का प्यार आप तमाम दोस्तों तक पहुँचे। हेलो गाइस, मैं हूँ डीजे कृष्णील। आप हमें सुन सकते हैं मिर्ची एफएम रफ्तार में मंडे टू फ्राइडे शाम 3 से लेकर रात 7 तक हम आपको रॉक कराएंगे। मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट। अब दिल करता है हौले हौले से मैं तो खुद को गले लगाऊं।
Welcome back to sports. The 2014 Sukuna Bowl Challenge is building up to be the best so far. The Fiji military forces and the Fiji police force challenged each other today. Rohit Deo with the details.
The Sukuna Bowl Challenge is looked forward to every year. This year will see the first challenge for the new police commissioner and he is ready for it.
Well, as I indicated, I think that these types of challenges are not new to me. I grew up in a rugby mad world, and this is not new. And I think the spirit in which this was done this morning can only improve our relationships. Yes, it will be a tough game on the field on the 31st, and we wish both teams well and hope that the best team will win.
RFMF Land Force Commander Chone Kaloniwai says his team knows winning the trophy back won't be easy, but is leaving no stone unturned in preparing for the upcoming event. The holders of the trophy are doing their best to keep hold of the prestigious crown.
Well, I have confidence in my people. Unfortunately, there are still some of our persons that might be part of the team playing tomorrow, and we will wait until after that team, and then we will select the final 25, and hopefully, well, we will still have about 2 weeks to prepare. But I think the guys knows one another, and I'm confident that we will keep the Sukuna Bowl where it belongs.
It will be interesting to see who lifts the coveted bowl at this year's challenge, as both teams look good with the provincial players expected to start. The disciplined forces are having a good time preparing for the challenge, but for sure there will be no love lost when the whistle is blown to start the match on October 31st. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
FIBA Oceania unveiled its Oceania Under-19 Basketball Championship Tournament logo today. The newly elected Minister for Youth and Sports was present to do the honors.
The newly designed 2014 FIBA logo was launched to signify that this championship tournament is just around the corner. Young artist Alexander Peckham says he did the artwork out of a passion of drawing.
I saw the competition they were having, so I said why not put my skills to test, see what I can do. And since I love basketball so much, I said, why not just go for it?
The new artwork will be the logo of the tournament at the Vodafone Arena in December. Meanwhile, Minister for Youth and Sports Laisenia Tuitubo says he appreciates the hard work of the association.
Also commend the Swiss Basketball Fiji for their hard work in securing the right to host this tournament here. This is a great achievement for our country and government as a whole.
Tubo adds sports development is one of the key platforms considered pivotal in the efforts to lay solid foundation for the young people.
The government welcomes the hosting of the FIBA Oceania 2014 Under-19 Basketball Tournament in Suva.
The 2014 Oceania Under-19 Championship will be held at the Vodafone Arena in Suva from the 1st to the 6th of December. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
The BLK Nandronga rugby side is eager to end its HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy defense on a high when it hosts the Jacks Nandi side tomorrow. The Stallions have successfully defended the silverware against 6 opponents in as many weeks, with Northland and Naitasiri coming close to wrestling the trophy. Nandronga coach Esala Naunga says he is stressing to his players to remain focused on the task at hand and not get carried away with their success this season. Meanwhile, Vodafone Fiji Sevens rep Savinatha Rawada and Apisalome Wangatambu will feature for BLK Nandronga in the final HFC Bank Fairbrother Trophy clash. BLK Nandronga takes on Jacks Nandi at 3 p.m. tomorrow at Lawanga Park. The Fiji over 35 teams look to be on track to win this year's title at the 2014 FANCA Muslim Football Tournament. The team has won 2 out of 3 games after thrashing USA 6-1 in their 3rd match today. Meanwhile, competition remains tight in the main grade, with Fiji and Australia still undefeated, but both teams need to perform better if they are to qualify for the finals. Competition continues at Ratu Dakombau Park in Osori, with the finals to be played on Sunday. And that was your FBC Sports for tonight. Have a good evening.
It's back to business for trade between New Zealand and Fiji after last month's elections. Chairman of the New Zealand-Fiji Business Council, Chandar Sen, says New Zealand businesses are now looking forward to more dialogue with Fiji. Sen adds businesses in New Zealand are more interested now with many new developments in Fiji and relations have improved. Minister for Trade Fayaz Koya is expected to comment later. We've reached that time. It's weather with Trish.
Thank you, Jackie. All the major centers, Suvanadi, Lotokampa, and also Lambasa, also fine weather all day. Looking at today's temperatures, Suva reached 28, Nadi and Bai hit 30, Savu Savu with 27, and Lambasa was on 31. Tomorrow's forecast, Suva and Savu Savu should have fine weather with cloudy skies. And as for the rest of the centers, there might be fine weather all day. For mariners, a strong wind warning is in force for all local waters. Southeast winds 20 to 25 knots and rough seas. This picture was captured and sent in by Lorima Vatu in Savu Savu.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. Recapping our main stories. Leader of government in Parliament, Pioti Kunduandua, has hit out at the opposition, claiming they're using parliamentary privileges to spread lies. Auditor General's reports tabled before MPs, and authorities worried with 10 house fires recorded in 2 weeks. This week's poll question, we're asking, will you be following the Parliament debates? Visit our FBC website to take part, www.fbc.com.fj. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's all from the team and I for now. Be sure to join Amrita Priyadashni from tomorrow with the weekend news. I'll be back again on Monday. Till then, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Ni Modemanda.
watch kumeni mo sino ko na Bola FM number 2 na sir na ngona ni ndendre manda kay Central Rental Support ka na ruso ko minichi me ba na koloko. Ni Sabola.
Oya wa wati soni dalai.
Gonga mo sidon.
Nama kikirau mena tolu kene bitu. Ena via kabi moliti kene porombuka.
Goria na lali ne kabi. Bola FM number 2 na sir.